memo esi ekɔ no eno de saade we se beto wo se Ghana here stability not constant political reset say MPP abetwa 8 years enti wo se NDC etwa 8 years say dey say no MPP nim say eye da ya after 8 years no Ghana for was short memory enti Ghana for be ewre fi ayakayaka de atanta de ene amane ne komo a omode Ghana for afem that business no happen wo Ghana happy eno asem ho MPP for mhia eno Ghana for asem ho MPP for mhia na Akufo Addo Dr. Bawumia na ponom your friend say minority leader Afenyo Markin nom ene wo mo kekeka ho eno mu hia party like MPP no mo cabinet meeting na hwe JFK after say party lose ye lose talker wadani lose talker some more keka na yesi party per the constitution no cabinet meeting kwaswa was a political party a ono na wa bam no the general secretary ekwa cabinet meeting na say JFK ekwa cabinet meeting na say Stephen Tim papa ya wotiwe Stephen Tim ona mo ase ya wona tikwe na yesi cabinet meeting na Stephen Tim ekwa cabinet meeting na cabinet meeting na wo mo ekọ na nkasa no president Akufo Addo na nkasa no oto no yetunifo e dia na wo kan wo fa wo be kwa cabinet meeting no na abusuafo bontine ye friend say kan ofori Atta ne gabby wo cheda ko eni Asante Bediatuo no ayo mu meeting awie enti cabinet meeting na wo ba na ye bogus I quite remember say minister bia no wo president Akufo Addo abam ka kire me say won cabinet meeting kura wajaiko because okwa wano mo a ase wo okwa kotie na nado de wo ka bibia no ho no ma wo be kan wo be fa but yenhwe President Mahama cabinet meeting say yes national chairman the NDC honorable Johnson say drink kwa cabinet meeting say General Mosquito kwa cabinet meeting na President Mahama team say your friend say Fifi Kwete General Secretary the NDC na kwa cabinet meeting no wonder say 8 years Ghana destroy ba kono kuna de na wo bro the hangover kura na kwa cabinet meeting wo mu secretary ba kono wo no kura de ade be cho be kwa cabinet meeting no the hangover na ekọ no wa wi abro but now no she personality we ministers gu nchen ya party ni mu mpanimfo mienu no a per the constitution omo kwa cabinet meeting general secretary any national chairman adiachia omukwa cabinet meeting no it is a president Mahama 100 days na se Ghana dwo na se niam waka so obeye within 120 days and na this program ya wa launch ye within 48 hours enipa bese yes the over 90,000 and na apply eno ya shede twasika to no ma ode ba beye no eti ye hia ene break bia wa system no mu o ye hia e wo se NDC they say no Dr. Bawumia ni abre because Dr. Bawumia hu say na Akufo Addo ko 1 wolusu ye oko 2 wolusu ye oko 3 ansa na wo winie enti onu akọ first we 38% anya hwe oko ne next yi na say wotimi ekọ na nimu anya na so onya be say 30 and the omu church and kwaro timu say next you can e be drop ya ba form onim say e 8 years enti kia ne kia enu 8 years de na Ghana fo no say oma boya refri oma chechire pofoforo e de akotu ni patrim now you think say it's all about yakwagina kumase oh minority ni yakabom 200,000 monye kantamanto mu dibi koi omo che obi anya 100 Ghana na omo sa akon kantamanto obi abenya 50 zika pem so akore koi no 120 na 200,000 omo benya sen enra na po enche Dr. Tony wa bebe nti na me boni taw enra MPP for meeting no na po akokeka nsem hunu bi na imagine say na po a starting ono e kasa say ontimi reti President Mahama ban because enkania nyina so se wonya useless energy minister enkania ntimi nyina so da se wonya useless energy minister enkania ntimi nyina so da Onu na pona wanu kase want me rate President Mahama because President Mahama ba ye no Ghana for experience dum so no he is the cause na pona cause wo na po na ama wonka ne nyina so na po mama me video no na po ansan pipi fo ani abra wa mo ya wutiti din Kennedy Agyapong ono okasa te se kwenseni tutufo no ne ya bo Dr. Bawumia din 38% ne ya bo Dompreh champion din senka MPP de aduro no kwa presidential candidate ya enke nu kwasen kwa musan na po ho wo hwe baabi na po ne political career de wodu wo politics mu a and then this time around Eastern afeli wo mo e disappoint wo mo enti wo so mo po bi wa Asante Bediatuo but why wonu ankasa kwa running mate kura mpo kura no waye ne ho fie agu ne ho animu ase enti wo so mo bodi mo na podin ono arenda ne ho useless no woga hwe e na make say wo betimi aye politics wo betimi aye adwuma bi anya sika aye wealthy person but one kasa woni ema wo beye no e be describe you in a certain manner and I say way bia wo be render who useless and then me say omo bobo doctor edutwum din ewom basenka napo wo credibility say napo e wo credibility a enki ye body anka wo napo nka ba this time wo nanka obi ebo odin wo MPP mu and then napo gina hono mo say onti me rate President Mahama ban 100 days because who say niam asay enka ne ani ho Nkani ani wa na po se nkani ani ho but na po so ni mu se na wo na po kra na nkani ani ho wo na po na wugina abonten wo party conference as a party congress o se conference na for say yenkoye yellow shedding yenkoye yankase timetable but because say Ghana politics no emu kasa no ayefo aye cheap ekwanya wo be faso a wo be deceive Ghana ni esan say majority of Ghanaians do na bi da so wom gullible and to omo tenasia planning strategize ya no mahu say asam na ye de ba be bom no ye won krofo a wo ma adwuni mu ha adwuni ni mu wo fom adwuni no ase ensuo frem tie nka we se nkire wo mo because enka ye kanka ne asam a enka Dr. Matthew Poku Prempa no energy minister no kwade kanu kwase wo ka bie because wo bia ba be the president etimi ka kire Ghana for say energy sector ECG alone e ka wa body agu hon me 68 billion mija esla for 22 afibia ma 3 billion Ghana cedis me am bo for 20 man fa me nsan kada esla generate sika over 40 billion Ghana cedis but mudi akwa kosi a waji hu sika adi waja nipa ne ka wasum ka dia gu nipa no so and then today the
amount of 100 today 3 months in office what will you give him?
It'll be so bad I don't want to rate it.
Well, it's so bad, so you don't want to rate it.
Okay.
It's a B or it's a Z?
No. I will not use 1, 2, 3 or ABC. But I have a list of 8 things. So do you appreciate how to improve? You have constant electricity. What is happening? We had, you can say I don't issue. We had improved as a country on illicit drug issues. I'm not talking about river initiative. I'm talking about the first 2 months ago. We've arrested more cocaine than in 8 years ago. All within a space of a week. With the security service of conference telling us that there were some NDC parliamentary candidates.
Rate your mom out, and not the last. If you're supposed to rate your mom out of 100 today, 3 months in office, what will you give him?
It'll be so bad I don't want to rate it.
Well, it's so bad, so you don't want to rate it.
Okay.
It's a B or it's a Z?
No. I will not use 1, 2, 3 or ABC. But I have a list of 8 things. So do you appreciate how to improve? You have constant electricity. What is happening? We had you can say on the issue. We had improved as a country on illicit drug issues. I'm not talking about river initiative. I'm talking about the first 2 months ago. We arrested more cocaine than in 8 years ago. All within the space of a week. With the security service of arrests telling us that there were some NDC parliamentary candidates. We arrested more currency smuggling in gold in this country than we've ever had in the past 30 years. How about it? If you check, I'm just saying that I'm not going to sit and give a summary figure of KBC. But the things that matter to you, you don't think it. When I get up every day, I read what is going on in Boakye. Today I woke up and I heard that the police are demobilizing their troops from certain parts. I hope it's not true. But I've seen pictures. So when His Excellency was promising peace, I was hoping that his tenure won't deteriorate. More people have been killed in the last few months than probably it was killed in the last 2 years ago. Now, we seem to all agree that we need the Asante Bediatuo. The last time
sorry, osu. Enyema wonu ehunu onusu. Na Paul complaining about Enkania. Kania dumso na po. Unya useless energy minister. Na se ye de ministry shanensa na obo kagu ho. On drink Ghana ni ho do onu benya contract akese a no be sign meters a ECG fo abobon fufuro nyina na poni Bawumia mo contract new meters a MPP ba ye almost 6 meters bed ye o 6 meters bed ye o hono 2024 meters o mo bo nyina na po contract meters o mo de bo nipa kro no wo Ghana ha nyina na po energy minister na po ono ne contract nti Ghana ni etu akane abo how say president Mahamadu Bawumia ye Asante Bediatuo for editors new tariffs aba Ghana fo osu Ghana fo esu because of mess and hypocrisy your energy ministry nti mess o eka wa create di ato na pogina bonten eka kire Ghana fo say ono sorry anopa osuma Ghana na ponti ena ECG containers aflade ebigu eastern ebigu northern ebigu western ebigu Ashanti region ECG containers yafa ECG fuosi kanapo energy minister containers mokachi energy minister say 3,000 ewi ache containers 3,000 no akaba say 1,001 something good temahabo mo atwa mo ho say wi containers ni nyina napo energy minister on approve because deal no omu creating say no omu bosika din no omu yi omu do omu sa bo ECG coffers im account no omu yi sika no omu ache napo ye energy minister IMF eka kire omu say ECG entimi nya account bebro be se de wo ho enti account mungu no na monye ne baako because me matisa kwa mi sifa kan atena radio so aka say ECG for account bebre ni nyina ba e baako wo ho no man kane an yetwa ekogu obi personal account enye ECG account na pona na ye energy minister na podafo ya ena ye energy minister eka energy sector yesi 80 billion down na pona ye energy minister yetimi kofa container ECG timi import niema ba eniema no wo container nim $500,000 na eco auction ni atoma Ghana ni MPP ni 100,000 Ghana cedis na ECG for fetchire akwakoto ne $300,000 na pona na ye energy minister na napo president Mahama John Jinapo Omunyo nso enfangu machines ni mu ahun thermal plant no omo junso gumu a eno anu no West Africa gas pipeline gas no yen stop no because gas no omo ankasa betimi produce bi. Look at this man. Now pose omo no boy Emma illicit trade enubani adwade ekofom by 2022 British High Commissioner eka say Ghana akwa cocaine transit. Ghana aye cocaine transit. But look at NAPO today because President Mahama say ono no ma Ghana enye say dimbone no say dimbone na ye je under President Akufo Addo no or wipe wo pra wo sweepy ama Ghana fa no nyama fa ntuma pefra na UK for ntra ka say Ghana ye cocaine transit country enti wuyi uti a wo be chew wo mo nkrofo so ne ya chichi Montine na pose say President Mahama so akon kase e wo illicit trade so dia ene Ghana danit ayi cocaine country but omo no a na omo nche omo no a yetimi da e sorry ne ya kase chese airport kotoka airport ha cocaine afa ha akwa du abrochire nya asem ketwa emi yetimi interdict MPP for e wo airport wono no na po because na mo cover mo ya cover up mo kata niema so na mo ma niema MP entino mo fa Ghana for si yagimi but essence President Mahama ne Ghana for akwa apam 120 days se bibia wo ye bia no obeye pie ama Ghana for ehunu na pose da bi eno ne ye bone na mom de ye papa ene se President Mahama mo omo chi omo nka wo manuntum Nigeria ni no omkwa chi no wo so yare force hihi no wo makata so cocaine track ma efi western region be ya omo chi ye no wo makata so omo nka mo obi ante the national security Richard Japamu ya wo makosa payment ya counterfeit ya twa ye gu honu mi no makwa hu no makata so wo mo nka sana na pohwa kwanyo sana wo mo hwehwe because I work there not to say you are involved meanwhile say President Mahama ene betwa counterfeiter NDC for ne betwa counterfeiter enko bepie counterfeit no aye adwuma was sapema hwa for years omni Bank of Ghana ne kabom dis adwuma no Bank of Ghana governor ne start this but today own na pass am awoka enkanapo o credibility kakra kra 100% say me rate 2 and a woman be 25% and ke ye bob flag bearer presidential candidate 2028 e dia MPP and Kedi bebem but even running mate kura hwene ya wo ye o kase bia kasa baller anytime bia NPP ebe multi platform say NAPO your president your friend say running mate enti won kase bia no enwura baller o spill out baller garbage baller ena wugusu na woka na me ya na me ka say this container issue here NAPO are involved Mahamadu Bawumia involved Kennedy Agyapong involved Afenyo Markin involved ena ya picking NAPO ena ya interrogating na kwa mama team make kasanze munu we say amu na shabo ko crisis na clashes e koso no crisis no MPP for na shirt asiye because President Mahama can opposition say MPP ba ban mu a eniema basa akokoso President Mahama kada so say MPP wa ban mu dia eni eboko eni ekum nipa enti President Mahama ba ye no because of an achievement 100 days taxes we wo twem we 56 ministers so o meyi enwura ministers 120 so wabeto adwuma enti waye niema basa wo kate expenditure wo ye wei ghost names ya wo mo aka secretary create wo system wo clear arrears e wo no wo clear senior school for nkura nyanwane papa edi enema papa ekoso no o mu hunu no mo nye no mo divert attention na wo mo de aba aircraft na be si ye no ye suspect say na enuboni gum na boko omo se chire na wo ekunkum ni power boko ayi wo mo awo MPP for anya obia MPP for anya obia.
So you're Chief Justice, my focus should be on the Council of State. So we are Ghana near MPP near now person 10 day went to MPP NDC. You are wasting your time. Your focus should be on the Council of State. Because they are the ones making the decision, not the president. The president is basically going to adhere to nyansa omode beba. Omo ya abrewa no. President koji nyansa efri abrewa ho. Sometimes, as a young man, as a young woman, as a married man, asem to be chire so. Now we take it with decision. But for some reason, oko ma me oko busa and say, ma, asem we chire me so. But so we take it with decision with him. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why enti oko ma me ho. There's a reason why enti oko na ho. The decision or the message it will influence your final decision in your head. It is one call my when I'll take his decision so be jawaria. Then everybody will know say wow decision be now take here one other opinions. But the moment you go to your mother for an advice, now my mama will advise be a the other way why you say 99% to be jawaria, but advice how my it will influence that your 99% idea so be jawareno. Now you are torn between 50-50. It means your mom's advice is fighting your conclusion or your conscience. That means so our when you free moi your mama advice into when free our renim. Now so call mama ho now mama catch you say our rena person jai reason other mami me show ma valid jawarena, then you are in your conviction is clear. So that is why at this point say me Ghanaian, why should I blame the president? A child person your politics. A child person or turning idea way into politics when it comes to the Chief Justice issue. We need to be looking at the Council of State because the most important thing here when I say the Council of State is not even one person. How can over 20 people sit down and make one decision? Say until said you see something in the petitioner they cannot overlook. Say the Council of State nipa miensa okay they can be influenced. We are talking about over 20 people. So you want to tell me, say, all the Council of State members, we have somebody has influenced all of them. No, we are going to have opposing views. Mr. P, Mr. S, yeah. So why do we blame the president? Because at this point, the Council of State will come and tell the president, yes, it's true. Okay, Mr. S, I know. At the end of the day, the Council of State, they are advising. It's your advice, it can influence the president's decision. So president can decide, yeah, maybe a Council of State, the Ombekano, a bit of a president decided. So president decided, yeah, maybe a Council of State, the Ombekano, a bit of a president has a son arguing. So why do you blame the president? But you see, it is not about the petition in your hand. Now, the NPP as a political party through their surrogates and their fake media, led by people like Paul Adomotri and Kweku Bakumo and those co-mininis dirty ones, no makaninano. They are trying to change the focus of the conversation. There's a difference between, you say, Obi, I committed crime. Any Obi person or committed crime. Let me say this on authority. My platform, my team, my production team, we have not had access to air the petition. I have no knowledge about the petition. I don't know what is in the petition. In fact, the petition is exclusive to the Chief Justice, the President, and maybe the Council of State. So me, I cannot speak to the petition. And I will not sit here and speculate. Idea, I won't do it. Idea, information, I won't do it. But at least I can speak to a document that is factual. And that is what I am going to show you today. And it is got to do with the conduct of the Chief Justice as the Chief Justice of Ghana's judiciary. Now, Nancy Poladoma Chimone NPP for BB. And I don't know where it's coming from. I think it's coming from the camp of NPP and also from, and I cannot confirm, maybe the Chief Justice Nankasa and I try to let them do that. Now, Poladoma I've been misinforming Ghanaians. And you know what they are doing? Said there's a thin line between miracle and magic. They know, say, the Chief Justice were committing crimes as a Chief Justice. But what they are trying to do, and they say, they are trying to cover up the crime with some kind of words, with some kind of reactions, with some kind of adding, some quotations. Bonina nipana committee ankasa no onshara boneno, but you are looking at it as a holistic blunder. Into which my just say, oh, in team for joy a press conference. I catch Ghana for say, or evidence say, cocaine abakutuka. So kochi intim Fodjoa, you say, oh, he's under the NPP group. But when Intim Fodjoa was speaking, he said he has evidence. But the moment you go in to arrest him, now NPP Fodjoa say, oh, he's a member of parliament. He has parliamentary immunity. So you cannot arrest him out of the lot. And that is what the NPP are doing. And that is what they are using Paul Adumochimo and the idea to do. And they are trying to create a story or create an impression, say, the Chief Justice, Madam Tokonu, committed no crimes or has committed no crime in office. Now, Momientie Paul Adumochimo for 2, 3, 4 minutes. Miwia, I will show you where and how they are trying to lie to you. Madam Tokonu has committed a crime. And as the Chief Justice of Ghana, Obia or interpreti Emra should know, especially when cases like that to crumple about Semuda. When you know the law and when you know, say, some things are not supposed to be done, especially in your position. Now, let's listen to Paul Adumochimo. Now, the Obuba and say, I'm the some creative idea. We say, oh, I'm who petition the womb. Media me who the petition today. Say, Attorney General frame. No, but Kevin, do you know what is in the petition? I have no evidence, so I cannot speak to the petition. Maybe Paul Adumochimo they will who petition no, and I don't know. I don't think the president will show the petition to Paul Adumochimo, and I don't think the Council of State will show the petition to Paul Adumochimo. The people who are close to the Chief Justice are the NPP people. So if Paul Adumochimo is speaking on what is in the petition, then maybe it came from the Chief Justice who had a copy from the presidency. Because when the Chief Justice was taking the petition from the presidency, it was sealed. It is Paul Adumochimo are on TV trying to make it look like they have an idea of what the petitioners put in the petition. Then it means either the Chief Justice who received the petition from the president has leaked some of the information to Paul Adumochimo. But you know, from what I am seeing, the kind of things that Paul Adumochimo are trying to beat down are the things that are somehow more difficult for the Chief Justice to answer. And anytime I say, as I sit here, I have no knowledge about the petition. I am going to base this my editorial on what Paul Adumochimo actually spoke on, and he was letting us believe, say, those are the things he knows, say, what petition. So what Paul Adumochimo has seen, or what has been leaked for him to see, me, I have not seen it. I am basing this editorial on what Paul Adumochimo is saying. Now let's go listen to Paul Adumochimo. You are making sure, DB.
Dan Ofori starts with money, suspecting that Justice Tokonu has spent some money and she used some money to travel, and the money that she used to travel is not for her, it's for government and blah, 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 blah. Let's look at it. Okay. This is on the left is the allegation that Chief Justice misappropriated a sum of 261,000 Ghana cedis of public funds for private travel. Daniel Ofori further alleges that the CJ traveled with her spouse, that is her husband, and child with the aforementioned public funds, when her spouse and child are neither members of the judiciary nor work within the judicial service. So this is Daniel Ofori's first allegation. There are 3 categories of allegation: financial, court matters, and then another one. I'll show you all. Give me just 5 minutes. So this is the matter, that she has spent this amount of money traveling with her husband and her daughter. This is what we found. That the said travel package is provided for in paragraph A9 of the policy on foreign travels by the head of the judiciary and superior courts judges, approved in 2010 and reviewed in 2019. And it allows the CJ to bring along a spouse and another person of her choice on foreign travels. This has served 4 Chief Justices, to wit, Georgina Wood, Sophia Kufu, Justice Eniyeboah, and Justice Tokonu, the present CJ. So where is Daniel Ofori coming from? Even we were able to find the policy on travel, and that's what we did. Once we saw the thing, I said, okay, let's get the today is what, Tuesday. We've been working on this since I think last Friday. So we said, let's get the is there not a policy for traveling? So we picked up the policy. It is clear in there. And in fact, in some of the instances we saw, Justice Tokonu, when she traveled, she came back and returned cash of nearly $9,000 to the judicial service. That I didn't spend all the money. This is the rest of the money. When I saw it, I was telling my people that, but this, my Lord, $9,000 you can issue to buy. Say that you bought books from London or something, buy something. And they said, well, that's how she is. She's like that. She came, she brought the money back. So because they raised this allegation, it has allowed people now to look at it. And everybody's finding out, oh, the last time Justice Tokonu traveled, we gave her some money. She brought back $9,000 that she didn't use it. This is the kind of person they want to impeach for corruption. So how many ministers, how many ministers travel with the impress and come back and go and give the money to the chief director that I didn't spend the money, finance manager, here's your money. No, people don't do that. I'm not saying they should do that. But I'm saying when you have somebody who has done that, this is not the person that you say is corrupt. You cannot say that is corrupt in the same breath of a person who takes money and returns the rest of the money. You cannot say that. But anyway, so this is the policy. And viewers, you can check, you can verify. Tomorrow, call the judicial secretary, journalists, everybody check. What is the travel policy at the judiciary? Check it, it's there. They'll give it to you. They gave it to us easy. They'll give it to you. It's a public document. It's not a secret. And the document says that it is, so it's in paragraph A9. So when you take the policy, don't go far. Just look at paragraph 9, A9. Just look at paragraph A9. And that policy is on foreign travels. It's by the head of the judiciary. So this is a policy that came in 2010. It has existed and it was reviewed in 2019. Reviewed to add security, actually. It has existed for Justice Georgina Wood, Justice Sophia Kufu, Justice Eni Yeboah, and Justice Tokonu. And this is what they want to impeach her on. That she traveled with her husband and traveled with her daughter. And this is the money that Justice Tokonu returned, 9,000. This is 260 something. That's what they're talking about. Is that not what they're talking about? No, that was another one. Another 14,000. So they have two of her trips. This one and another one. The one that she returned the money. They don't say she returned the money. Maybe they don't know. Then ofori doesn't know. I can understand. But this is what we found out. Anyway, let's go to the next one. It says, this is a very important one. Very, very, very important. Again, because Mr. Chikata is lawyer for Daniel Ofori, and Mr. Chikata is also lawyer for Jachikwesin, and the Attorney General told us in his press conference.
So at least you have an idea of what he's trying to do. Chief Justice Diana, I wanted to stick to. Into Tiena, all that he was trying to do on his show was that, let me clean the Chief Justice. Chief Justice has returned some money, so she has committed no crime. Oh, and because a board chair of Ghana Airport, no. Oh, Debianam made the receipt back, and the man for receipt and you cannot call me a criminal. That's Paul's idea about somebody who cannot be called a criminal or somebody who has broken the law. Now, argument no making you say, what is the travel policy for the judiciary? Travel policy in any. You see what he did? He didn't actually break down or go into the travel policy. He didn't give you the specifics. Say travel policy there. Into travel policy for the judiciary, it's there. Travel policy for the presidency is there. Travel policy for the legislature is there. Travel policy for the executive. Now the question is, the travel policy, what is in the travel policy? And that is something that he did not do. You know the reason I didn't do? He didn't do it because when he goes into the travel policy and breaks it down, then you will know where Chief Justice committed a crime. But you see, they are very diabolic and sneaky and slimy to the point whereby they see every Ghanaian to be stupid. Is this because from what he is saying, he knows what is in the petition. Into Mikacho say, "Dear Onoka and then maybe Atra Ocha, they know can you know boah." Every single thing he said was a lie. You know why? The reason why I'm saying it's a lie, no me prove actual one there. But there was something he was doing. He was trying to let it look like, say, Chief Justice Obumraso, but or correct it. Because we are Chief Justice. Now say what to kwai sikaka. Oh, Chief Justice to kwai oh sikani be kai no de bae. Enti untumin ka say Chief Justice there we Obumraso. But the question is, the travel nature of the travel, no. Oko aya travel policy ma. What is the nature of the travel? What is the nature of the travel? Travel, no. What kind of travel? Is it an official travel or is it a personal travel? That is where we find out to say Chief Justice deliberately will di boni and now on di boni. That is where we are talking about. Or that is what we are talking about. It is not about you telling me, say, travel policy for the judiciary. That is one. But the issue is when you go into the travel policy, there are natures of travel, right? Now, the travel na Chief Justice too kwano na official or personal. Now, when you go into the travel policy, what does it say about personal travel and official travel? There are two things there. And what he tried to do to say, he vaguely told you, say, the Chief Justice traveled. Oh, his daughter and and she brought money. I don't care about the Chief Justice traveling. What I care about is the travel, no, the nature of travel. Did the travel fall beneath official travel or personal travel? Now, you need to understand, when it is official travel, the component in official travel different from the component in the personal travel. And we are asking, Chief Justice na kwano 2 year no na it all falls under travel policy. We get it. But was it an official travel? And what does the law say about official travel? And what does the law say about personal travel? It's not now Jimino or Jimmy Kofo, because the Juma man say, "On me create impression be say obi time Chief Justice." Now Chief Justice in here bonnet. You see, inside the wagon, the heat is different. Now let's take our time and enter the travel policy, and then show you document of what the Chief Justice actually did. Now, before I go in, I will take my time and explain to you the travel policies, the official travel policy and the personal travel policy. In the travel policy, what is beneath it. The Chief Justice said, me too quine a official traveler, then also ye. And the Chief Justice said, me too quine a personal traveler, then also ye. Because, say, ye the distinction between the two are. Kwasi Ampeng just said, Paul, I don't want to be to my TV so I can say some words so no crane or can boa. We are killing Jandam. Now, before I go into the document, my mention right there. Official travel, send the Chief Justice Kase O2 Kwanya. Emrane Trese. I was say, so Kase Onini Kunube to Kwanya. This is under official travel. The Chief Justice Kase Onini Kunube to Kwanya or call a London. A official travel. Na so kasa odini kunu beka ho a. Now because odini kunu ka ho no a official travel no, say Chief Justice ne per diem £1,000 or 1,000 Ghana cedis a day. Ni kunu will take half of that per diem. The husband will be paid 500 Ghana cedis. Tie. Send the wahane as Chief Justice ko ye dwuma bi wo London. Na London no okọ no Ghana di munti na okọ. Enti official travel. Now say Chief Justice okọ London na odini kunu ka no ho akwa. The Chief Justice a day biana you bet you pay them $1,000. I will send you kunu your money kunu $500. That is what the travel policy for the judiciary says. Now, the Chief Justice yana agene say obeko holidays personal traveler. Emrane kire our travel policy say the only person she can go with is the bodyguard. That means the Constitution and the government only recognizes the Chief Justice and her bodyguard. So because the Constitution recognizes the Chief Justice and her bodyguard, it means the government will only pay for the Chief Justice and her bodyguard. In terms of these are two travels. And these two travels all falls under travel policy. But Paul Adamo also law school or born to one passé. And he's diabolic or control. Into Obejina Hono, he created an impression to say the travel no or summing in app or lumping it together. And or the Ghana for say Chief Justice indeed Bonibia. May the American child say, I am not dealing with a petition. I am dealing with what I will tell you, say, a judicial audit and none I may be dealing with. The petition, I have nothing about me, Nimbibia about the petition. I've not seen a word in the petition, so I can't speak on the petition. But Paul, I don't want you to say who petition, no? And he was trying to tell us, said, the all petition, but I'm going to use the audit, the judicial audit service. Also, the judiciary, the judicial service, the secretary, every year they audit the judiciary. And the judicial service, things you do, the law itself will tell you, you are not supposed to do. And when they do the audit now, they will state it in there, say, so when Dibonia, this is a crime. The judiciary itself, the reason why they do the audit is say they know some judges can abuse the law. They know the judges, some of them can abuse power na ekuta no anything na omokrampo no audit anything na omokratem. The reason why I say they know say judges no so nipa they can be corrupted. Say judges no enso betime bumraso. That is why the judiciary itself, the judicial service, they have a special audit for the judiciary. Because sebio enya heaven a yepa kwa nke nyina nke bompaye anase yembo yebrayi. And it's almost the judicial office, judicial service. Another almost here auditing of judges travels near the idea. Then they also want to fish out judges who are trying to be corrupt, who are abusing the law, who are basically spending on us. We paying for expenses we are not supposed to pay. Do you understand? Don't get it twisted. Paul was lying. He was lying. But you see, they want to create a picture to say a personal attack on Madam Tokonu. Madam Tokonu, who need that? I don't know her. I only work with the facts. Now let me show you something. Team, stay with me. So the judicial service actually had an audit on all the judges in Ghana, especially the Supreme Court judges. In fact, the Supreme Court judges. And in the audit, the judicial audit, some findings, they came to some conclusion. They got they saw some abnormalities. They saw some illegalities. That's the word I'm looking for. Illegalities, bebre. Now let's go into the audit of the judiciary. This document I'm going to put on the screen. So the judicial service is they should release a statement and say this is a fake document. This is the legitimate document. Omwankasa publish here. Omwankasa our file. So now look at this. You see this document to a draft management letter. The judicial secretary, judicial services. And Tiosha April 24th. Now, draft management letter on the accounts of judicial service, that's JS, for the period January to December 2023. Into audits judicial services 2023 audit NA. This is a legitimate document. Me fancy ye be publish it. Obi ankan na mon frɛ judicial secretary and say Kevin Taylor has published this. Is it a lie? Mr. P, Mr. S. Now, Shadie, when you read the first page of the audit, this is what they say. Introduction. Mami and Lajin said you can follow what I'm reading. I always try to do that because department be brainy or mudin komono mujimi into MPP4 especially. It's always good for you to see the oho. Now, when you read it, this is what it says. We have audited the accounts and other related records of the judicial service in accordance with Article 187, Clause 2 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 11, Subsection 1 of the Audit Service Act 2000, Act 584, for the period January to December 2023. Now, this is what it says. Point 2. The following observations and recommendations made during the audit had been discussed with the key personnel, and their responses were appropriate had been incorporated in this management letter. 3. We shall be grateful to receive your response within 30 days after receipt of this management letter as required by Section 29 of the Audit Service Act 2000, Act 584. Now, point 2, let me read and break it down. Senebeya, PZ for Mudimatem, Sebio, Omumubium School, MPP Boom, some Yakwasi, Romabeti Winasi. Where audit service for Omelette Omutroye statement releasing and say we have audited the accounts and other related records of the judicial services in accordance with Article 87, Clause 2 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 11, Subsection 1 of the Audit Service Act 2000 for the period January to December 2023. It says this: the following observations and recommendations made during the audit had been discussed with the key personnel, and their responses where appropriate had been incorporated in this management letter. Almost say Omo audit. Na audit na omo no. Omo ye aye sikasemu nkunta nkyerɛkyerɛ hu bibia na sɛbio ɔmo yɛ audit ni nyina wie na ɛhwehwɛ sikasɛm sɛ ne yɛsɛ sika sɛ ne yɛnyɛ sika ne ade nyina wie no ɔmo a ɔmo ho baa mu ɔmo a ɔmo kɔ atwe wɔ mu no ɔmo atwerɛ letter kɔma sankɔfoɔ ni nyinaa ɛtwɛn sɛ ɔmo de ɔmo ano yie ɛbɛba it meaning say ɔmo yɛ audit ni wie no judicial service yɛ audit ni wie no they actually wrote to the people who were found say they have done something against the act and answer the clause and answer the article 187 if they had not committed any crime saying bonibia contrary to article 187 those people wouldn't have been written to by the audit service or the judicial service to answer questions. The reason why some judges were written to for their responses to be heard by the judicial services audit service judicial services now omomye audit na se judge bi antro a kyese ohuni asem onya bone bibia ni wa ya e kyerɛ sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛfrɛw but the moment omomye audit ni wie na se ka sɛ madam tokonu ya tro letter bro yi nyoma bia no a meaning there were some things you did that are against or contrary to article 187 meaning webumraso especially when you are the chief justice or a Supreme Court judge who should know right. Now, yanko enim ewo document him. When you go to the next page of the document, this is what you see. Yen reading boom. Let me enlarge it. Point 21 in this audit report. Disallowed expenditure. Remember the word. Disallowed expenditure. $30,000 and $252,338 Ghana cedis. Sa sikawe a disallowed expenditure, meaning Article 187 does not allow it, meaning you have committed a crime. Say your audit near trust say some expenses are disallowed. It means it is not allowed. It means it goes against Article 187. Now let's read what the audit report no ekaye. This is what it says. Point 21. Regulation 78 of the Public Financial Management Regulations 2019 LI 2378 provides that a principal spending officer of a covered entity is personally responsible for ensuring, in respect of each payment of that covered entity, the validity, accuracy, and legality of the claim for the payment. 22. We observed during our review of the expenditure on foreign travels that, remember, the word is foreign travels. We observed during our review of the expenditure on foreign travels that the Honorable Lady Chief Justice traveled to Arusha, Tanzania, with her spouse, Mr. Francis Kofi Tokonu, instead of her security for her annual leave from 2nd to the 10th September 2023. Almost some we are auditing. Who say the Chief Justice actually traveled, foreign travel. Sa foreign travel no na any official trip, na a holiday. The Chief Justice traveled to Tanzania, and the law says say on one person a personal traveler, which is a traveler. I was saying, only the bodyguard nebekono. She did not travel with her bodyguard. Instead, she traveled with her husband. Now, with this, it means the Chief Justice basically has flouted the law, because when it comes to your personal holidays, you are supposed to, at the end of the day, go with your bodyguard. Now, if you don't go with your bodyguard and you go with your husband, that means you have to foot your husband's bills. You cannot drop your bodyguard and use government money to pay for your husband. The moment you drop your bodyguard on your vacation, it means if you decide to go with your husband has to pay for every single thing. His flight, his accommodation, his food, whatever he does. But what they found out in their investigations, the judicial audits, the Chief Justice traveled to Arusha, Tanzania, with her spouse, Mr. Francis Kofi Tokonu, instead of her security for her annual leave from 2nd to the 10th of September 2023. So one has been established. One crime has been established. She went on a holiday. Instead of her to go with her bodyguard to be paid for by the government, she dropped her bodyguard and went with her husband and forced the government to pay for her husband. That is one crime. All right. Now, 2.23. We also noted that the Honorable Lady Chief Justice embarked on another vacation. So the first vacation is gone, which she has already broken the law. The first vacation, she was supposed to take the bodyguard for the government to pay for the bodyguard's expenses. She dropped the bodyguard and put her husband in for the government to pay for her husband, which she knows is wrong. So that first crime has been committed. Now let's go again. This is not my document. This is the Judicial Service Audit Report 2023. We also noted the Honorable Lady Chief Justice embarked on another vacation, private foreign travel. Private foreign travel from 16th to the 25th of September 2023 with her daughter, Miss Edem Sarah Amega Tokonu, instead of her security to the United States of America. She made another vacation trip. Instead of her to go with her security, one person, for the government to pay for her security, she didn't do that. She took along her daughter. And who paid for her daughter's expenses? The government of Ghana. Her daughter's first class, her daughter's business, her daughter's hotel, every single thing, this woman gave the invoice to Ghana government to pay. Second, she has committed 2 crimes. Remember, this is not a circuit court judge. This is not Kevin Taylor. This is not Kwansima. This is not somebody on the street. This is the creme de la creme. The woman who runs Ghana's judiciary. So don't underestimate the kind of her. So be a bonny first one, so it was an oversight. But to do it again, it wasn't an oversight. It was deliberate. Because Madam Toko do not want. So because we are bored there. No, but Madam Toko, oh, Madam, I was too hungry. This one, they forgive me. This is my first time, something. Temper there with dear justice. Oh, Madam, forgive me. This is my first time. The Madam Toko will be like, okay, we are forgiving you. Next week, says say, you, Madam Toko, will tell them to jail. You jail that person. Because then you will tell the person this is deliberate. Now you get what I mean. Now, now let's go into the details. Now you see this document. Mami reading point 25 entro. This is in the audit report. What you guys were making Paul Adomo do no on an assay case in my Chief Justice. I need to open this. It's not opening up. What's happening? All right. Now, point 25 in the audit report, it says this. The practice contravenes the policy in page 37. P1 and 2 section B. 1 and 2. Personal travel by the Chief Justice. Personal travel. And travel policy. There's personal travel and there's official travel. There are 2 things. She took advantage of the personal travel. Now it goes on to say that the practice contravenes the policy in page 37, P1 and 2, section B, 1 and 2, personal travel by the Chief Justice of the policy on foreign travels by head of the Judiciary and Superior Court Justices 2019 of the Judicial Services, which stipulates that where the Chief Justice embarks on a personal or private foreign travel, he or she shall be accompanied by the security alone. Mamen kind of be Emrano Judicial Services for no air audit review no. They stated Emra a said the Chief Justice here no we boom raso. Almost say, and I'll take it from the top. The practice contravenes the policy in page 37. That is P1 and 2 section B. That is 1 and 2. Personal travel by the Chief Justice of the policy on foreign travels by head of the Judiciary and Superior Court Justices 2019 of the Judicial Service, which stipulates that, and I state, where the Chief Justice embarks on a personal or private foreign travel, he or she shall be accompanied by the security alone. The two travels I've mentioned, the two travels I've spoken about, they are all private travels. They are all her vacation travels. And the law says it clearly. When it is your personal travel, when it is your vacation, you need to go with only your bodyguard. And that if you decide to go with anybody else, they need to pay for their own expenses. The funny thing is, this woman drops the bodyguard and then brings her daughter along. The first one was her husband for Ghana to pay, and second time, her daughter for Ghana to pay. Now, Uko Wenima, now read here, go to point 26. I don't know what is in the Paul, I don't want you to be kind of the petition. And my document I don't know what is in the petition. So don't say we are doing petition here. I'm responding to Paul. I don't want you to who the petition. Now, when you read point 26, this is what it says. We further notice that Miss Adam Sarah Amega Tokonu's air ticket, which is supposed to be a business class, just as that of Honorable Lady Chief Justice, was rather the World Travel Plus business class, which resulted in an additional amount of 9,000 in her ticket cost. It is not about Madam Chief Justice coming back later to say take your 9,000. No, it is the intentions. It's her knowing, say, she is breaking the law. She had broken the law first with her husband. She decided to break the law again with her daughter. And this time, she even upgraded her daughter's travel tickets from regular, what we call business class. She moved it up to World Travel Plus business class. Are you now understanding what I'm saying? So Madam Tokonu has committed two serious crimes. It is and she returned 9,000. No, it is not about the return of 9,000. Nobody cares. She didn't even return the 9,000. What happened was that she deliberately committed a crime. She broke the law twice. Not once, twice. Now, when you go to the table down there, let me read something to you. Name Miss Adam S.A. Tokonu. Country travel to United States of America. Per diem, or did $10,000. Cost of air ticket, 109,000 Ghana cedis. 1 billion old Ghana. Ni ticket, no no. Miss Adam S.A. Tokonu, ticket Tokonu chama ne baniye. Sika Ghana baintuyama Madam Tokonu ba. Madam Tokonu, Chief Justice, she knows the law. Onimumrano. But Oma Ghana for ye sika. Emo sama neba per diem of $10,000. The per diem is $10,000. Miss Adam S.A. Tokonu's daughter took per diem of $10,000. Ne ticket, 109,000 Ghana. Old Ghana, no, 1 billion. Now, when you go to the next one, it is Mr. Francis Kofi Tokonu. He traveled to Tanzania with the wife, Madam Tokonu, and then called Tanzania. Per diem, Yamani cruise $6,000 per diem. At the end of the day, Ghana spent 74,000 on the husband. Remember, the two trips they were supposed to pay for their own bills. The government was supposed to have nothing to do with the payment of these bills. So the intent alone, the intent was there to steal from us. The intent was there to commit a crime. Now, when you go down, you see something. Miss Adam Sarah Amega Tokonu, onunkwan cost of air tickets, 109,000. Honorable Lady Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu sunkwan ticket, 99,000. Difference of 9,500. And Nana Paul Adomo say aye, and the woman paid back the 9,500. It is not about the woman paying back the 9,500. It is the intent behind her actions. It is not about bringing 9,500. It is the crime that has been committed. It is the deliberate crime. It is the intent. Because the first one now we are there. Why sorry? Oh, yeah, mistake. But you did another one and even upgraded your daughter's tickets. Meaning, deliberate. The intent was there. It is how you judge. Now, it's your konyum. Near the ademu assembly be two enim. Say nipano or your first one. Etiamra private trip. And Nigeria Polademocho was hiding behind travel policy. In the travel policy, there is official and unofficial. And then I want country. In the travel policy, there's something called official travel and unofficial travel. The official travel, you can go with your husband. The government will take care of your husband's bills because juma. The unofficial travels, which is your personal trip, which is your vacation, the government can only pay for your bodyguard. But what this woman did was 2 times she traveled with her husband, paid per diem to the husband. At the end of the day, used Ghana money to pay a ticket for the husband. And so she did the same thing again. Travel with her daughter, vacation. She paid for her daughter, gave her daughter per diem. The government bodyguard who was supposed to go with her, this woman dropped him. So it means the woman deliberately decided to do what she did. It is a petition. Now, catch the Council of State and the President say this woman cannot be trusted. She has broken the law deep down and that she needs to be kicked out. Has the person done anything wrong? I am saying I don't know anything about the petition. I am speaking based on what Paul Ademochi put on his screen. So she is executing what's in her head. Ukojina Kota, it is not about the referendum about. They accuse you of something. And it's a bit of say, whoa, minyawa mekun, the intent keke etuma uko jail. So because you say, train na obehu, and no krano etuma uko jail. Mumusa madam tokonu. Na obiaye baako. Now wasaya another one. It means the woman, she decided to execute her intent. It is the intention. And does it go against the law? Yes. And does she know? Yes. You know why I say she knows? The reason why I tell you Madam Tokonu knows, say, this was the same woman, Rebecca Akufo Addo, and Samira Bawumia edge illegal salary. And you know that's not case. So she knows that when you take illegal salary, you need to be brought to court and sanctions needs to be applied. So if she has done something illegally, she has taken illegal money to pay for her husband's trip, private trip, then she knows that sanctions should follow. So if today somebody writes a petition and in the petition that pops up and sanctions have to follow her, why are people making it MPP NDC matter? It's her own actions. It's what she did. What she did is what we are exposing. The intent. She executed her intentions. She knew what she was doing. Because so we read the audits, judicial service audit now. Say another private trip, meaning why your first one and also your second one. It's Mumusan say into on Nankatia Kojo Kyeremanteng so be to the Nima. Nipano ya the first one, I was the second one. No, I don't know the petition. I don't know what's in the petition. I can tell you on authority. But Paul Ademochi so in petition no. Ono na call the petition ma be kire. And it na make church the Ghana for say Paul Ademochi boa. The reason because of boa say he is trying to clean the woman. Say Paul Ademochi ade or to the screens no say a true say our petition ma and there maybe Chief Justice Tokonu she could not answer this question. And no person Paul Ademochi be clean up mano or public sympathy. So madam, you are the law, the judiciary, the Chief Justice. Technically, you are the law in Ghana and you are deliberately breaking the law. What should we do? I wasn't going to talk about this. I had this document like 3 weeks ago. I kept it because I thought to say, Rebecca say an agenda against the Chief Justice. I didn't want to do it. Makachro, I had this document about 3 weeks ago. I decided not to speak on this document because I didn't want Ghanaians to be MP before Rebecca say, I Obiako Tam document Kevin Taylor, Obegu Chief Justice. So I said to my team, let's not touch this document. But until I who did not Paul Ademochi the diabolic thing he was doing on TV, Atrona na Paul Ademochi the deliberate atro sa bonini Jimmy and o Jimino. I told my team, say we need to put this document out. And coming at that. Why should I do that? Because you see, as some president Woko Council of State. So I wanted the process to work for all of us to see. Even though I had this, I didn't touch it. Because now I'm person be arguing and say, Kevin Taylor cover document TV, obegu Madam Toko doing masi. No. But until Paul Adomochi say who petition, no. And in the petition, this is what it's in the petition, and he's trying to clean the woman whilst he knew or he knows. So what he was doing was a lie, no? I said no. Memma jandamwe enko, so I will stop it today. And he was hiding behind what we call travel policy, but he never went into the details when it comes to travel policy. Your official travel policy, official travel. Thank you. My team said me for being come on. Your official travel, your personal travel. Madam Tokonu took advantage of the personal travel. Now, my mention my DB. Let me show you this. So, Samabani and Kebia, we have a reason why I am Kebi. Now, if you are there, let me read this. Point 31. It's in the audit report. Me reading in natural. Yeah, we are about publish it. How many pages, Mr. S? How many pages with the report? Mr. S, how many pages? Let me go. 31 pages. Yeah. 31 pages. Yeah, we are about publish it 31 pages in here. You guys should read everything. Maybe I may publish it 31 pages in here. Now, this is also part of the report. It says this. Management responded by quoting the paragraph 9A of the policy on foreign travels by head of the judiciary and the Superior Court justices, which describe the procedure for official travel by the Chief Justice instead of condition stated in the observation, which is captured in the section B, which involves procedures for personal travel by the Chief Justice. Management responded by quoting the paragraph 9A of the policy on foreign travel by head of the judiciary and the Superior Court justices, which describe the procedure for official travel by the Chief Justice instead of conditions stated in the observation, which is captured in the section B, which involves procedure for personal travel by the Chief Justice. So, even in the report, they made it clear, say, there is a clear distinction between official travel and personal travel. So, what Paul Adomochi was doing in this, he was hiding behind travel policy. No, we are looking at specific travels. Are we talking about the Chief Justice traveling on official duty or the Chief Justice traveling on personal or for leisure or for vacation? These are two things you need to be able to tell Ghanaians. But when you hide behind travel policy and she returned 9,000 and she did this, then you are trying to fool Ghanaians. You think you are smart. Paul Adomochi, Makacham said, or a drug addict with Jimmy. The things he does on that TV, and I've told Zoom Lion, your TV will collapse because of this fool. I've told Zoom Lion, your TV, I told you, Zoom Lion, I told you this, your TV will collapse because of Paul Adomochi, because that is bad investment. And we keep telling you this. Maybe you think you are so powerful and nothing. They say, Oma Kwasiadu investment in egu. Slowly, this Paul Adomochi is making you an enemy of the state. Paul Adomochi is calling a lot of enemies for you, and it's going to affect your business. Where are your Pentecost, where your investment? And we are talking about an issue. Sebio, unya opportunity to speak on as a Ghanaian, as somebody who calls yourself a journalist. At least, out of respect, just tell Ghanaians the truth. Just tell Ghanaians the truth. And tell Ghana for say, this is the truth. Because at the end of the day, my job here is to let you know the truth. But you can't hide behind words and say that, and my team, and you know something, and if you got a travel document, no, that thing is wrong. So how do you know until you want to pitch, you want Ghanaians to feel, say, Obi Time Chief Justice, John Mahama Time Chief Justice. No, the Chief Justice on one deeds. Because we didn't know anything in the petition. I don't know still. Ghana for Ghana, 99% of Ghanaians, they don't know what's in the petition. And that the kind of cleaning job you are doing, the laundry job you are doing, enko bibia. Kano krene chiromo, Magana for who's a Chief Justice, Adebia wayeno, etiamra, or see a chenaso. That's all. I didn't prepare this audit. A judicial service don't prepare audit way. So at the end of the day, I didn't outline because of the Chief Justice. I am showing Ghanaians what is in the audit. Paul is a criminal. He's a thief. He shouldn't be walking free in Ghana. I'll see a chinishem. Jakwa needs to arrest this fool because he's misinforming and disinforming the public. It's one with oh, the Chief Justice. How can Obi order 9,000 Abba, but he refused to tell you the damage he has done? Listen to Paul Adomotre again and see the damage he did.
Dan Ofori starts with money, suspecting that Justice Tokono has spent some money and she used some money to travel, and the money that she used to travel is not for her, it's for government and blah 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 blah. Let's look at it. Okay, this is on the left is the allegation that Chief Justice misappropriated a sum of 261,000 Ghana cedis of public funds for private travel. Daniel Ofori further alleges that the CJ traveled with her spouse, that is her husband, and child with the aforementioned public funds, when her spouse and child are neither members of the judiciary nor work within the judicial service. So this is Daniel Ofori's first allegation. There are 3 categories of allegation: financial, court matters, and then another one. I'll show you all. Give me just 5 minutes. So this is the matter, that she has spent this amount of money traveling with her husband and her daughter. This is what we found. That the said travel package is provided for in paragraph A9 of the policy on foreign travels by the head of the judiciary and superior courts judges, approved in 2010 and reviewed in 2019. And it allows the CJ to bring along a spouse and another person of her choice on foreign travels.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.